everyone, welcome to Mission Stitch. My name is Emmy and this is my Flosstube channel about cross stitch. It's been a little while since I saw you last and I have lots to share with you. So first thing I want to do is I want to announce the winner of the project bag. Now remember, it's this project bag and it has this cute little charm on it and it has the little notions bag inside as well. And the fabric inside is this yellow for both of them. It's really cute. And if you remember, you needed to tell me what this picture was of. And I didn't want to give you any more information than that because I knew that those of you who knew would just know what it was. And so first of all, I want to say congratulations to the winner, who is Amy Moon. She answered correctly and was chosen from the rest of the answers. And for the rest of you who don't know, the answer is, this picture is of a Disney animated short titled Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet. And I remember watching this little cartoon when I was young. And for those of you who haven't seen it, it is a musical short about Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet, and they meet in the window of a department store, and it talks about their sweet little love story, and it's just super cute. And the music is sung by the Andrews sisters, so there's these beautiful harmonies, and it's just such a sweet, sweet little story. And so I was so excited when I saw that picture in our hotel room when we went and stayed in Florida back in February. And I will put a link below for those of you who haven't seen it. It has like these Chinese character subtitles, captions below it. I'm not sure why, but Disney has not put it on Disney Plus yet. And so that's the only way you can access it is this link on YouTube. But if you have a few minutes, it's not very long. It's just 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes long. And it's just a super sweet, just little story. So go ahead and take some time to watch that if you want. And again, congratulations to Amy. So Amy, if you will, cute Miss Amy Moon, if you will send me your address, then I will get this mailed off to you. Okay, congratulations. All right. So it has been a super busy last few weeks for me. You may remember that when in my last Flosstube that I was starting March smalls or March mini month. I like that alliteration, but they're not really minis, they're just smalls. So anything that was under 100 by 100. So you might remember that I, let's see, had started this H. Faulkner by Priscilla's Pocket, and it is finished. So let me show you that finish. Ta-da! Oh my goodness, I love this so, so, so much. It was so fun to do. The colors are amazing. Now, I did choose these colors because these were all Gloriana Floramils, and we know how hard it is to get Glorianas right now. Floramils I know are a little bit easier, but I just had some of Vera Soie's, Soie d'Algès, and so I just chose them. And pulled up my own color conversion, and I think I matched it pretty well. I think it looks, oh, can I fit it both on there? And I know the glare. I think it looks pretty good. So my fabric is getting really washed out. It's a lot warmer than it appears, but I just love how this turned out. So I want to get this one finished really soon. It's been kind of put away because I've had such a crazy month, and so I need to get it measured so that I can find a frame because I know exactly where I'm going to put this in my house. And so there's H. Faulkner. Now, remember I just had my random bags that I was pulling projects out of, and so the next one I did was from, let's see, the Fall 2017 Punch Needle and Primitive Stitching magazine, and it is this cute design by Barbara Anna. This little mouse. It's called Sweeping the Garden. And let me show you my finish. Here is my finish. So this is with the called for threads. It is on a 32 count Lambswool Lugana, I believe. And I actually just used the rest of the fabric from my Faulkner, and so you can see. And she's just really cute. It was so fun to do. The colors are really fun. I think that's a cute fall piece. So I think I'll make that maybe into a pillow, maybe into a flat fold. I don't know, but I really like it. All right, more smalls that I finished. I had this one that I pulled out randomly from the 2019 spring issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. This is another Barbara Anna called Spring Basket. And here is what that looks like. Again, it's just so cute and little. And the colors scream a little bit more fall to me because they're those oranges and golds and browns. I love that touch of aqua in there, but it's still just super cute. This is with called for threads, and this is on a 28 count Whisper Lugana. All right, so Spring Basket. Okay, oh, and you might notice I have a change of scenery. So I am in what is currently my craft room. It's actually my daughter's room. One of my daughters who is currently living in Florida doing the Disney College program. And you can see like she's got all of her lounge fly bags here and some of her ears. Let's see, right? Oh my goodness, I can't point to them. Right here, she's got a bunch of ears, Minnie Mouse ears. Ear headbands. Anyways, but I have my sewing machine set up and my ironing board and a table, and so that I can work in here because we are getting ready to have our basement finished. So I needed to get everything up out of there. And so this is my temporary location while we're going to have that. And I'm so excited to have a finished room with lots of storage. I'm going to do lots of built-in storage, and it's going to be wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I've got to finish planning it out, but it's going to be really good. So that's why I'm up here, is because the majority of my stuff is up here. All right. To keep going on my March smalls, I had this cute pattern by Madame Chantilly that is called Hearts of Berries. And I decided I wanted to do this one with this just single little bird. You see there's two birds, and some of the little, this one has more leaves on it and a different bow, and that has a polka dot bow. Anyways, it's really cute. So here is my finish of it. All right, and so I changed a few things. I did it on this white opalescent, yeah, you can kind of see that, Lugana. And so I couldn't do, right there, I couldn't do the white bow, of course. So I changed it to this pink bow with the brown dots, and it turned out pretty cute. So that is a sweet little small that I finished as well. I loved doing this heart with those little flowers. And the little bird is just so cute, isn't he? All right, so there's that one. Then I did, from Tiny Modernist, 'Tis the Season to Sparkle. And it says sparkle, so I was like, it has to be on sparkle fabric, don't you think? So I did it on actually the same piece, because I just have this great big long piece of opalescent Lugana. And so here is that. So I changed it because, again, if you notice, those words are white, and this little banner is white, and then this says sparkle, but it was all just DMC. And so I wanted to add some bling. So I did these words white, but outlined them in pink. This took me forever. I redid these words, I swear, 4 or 5 times, it seems like, at least, probably. Like I tried the dark blue and the light blue and the pink and a green and the yellow, and nothing looked right. So I finally decided to stitch them white, but then outline them, and I think it looks pretty good. And then I just changed the little banner ribbon to pink instead of the white, and then did the inside to white. And then down here, you can see this is kind of an ombre effect. And so I changed it so that I did gold, Petite Treasure braid, and then did the other two lighter colors of gold because I wanted it to sparkle. And you can see the little sparkle lines where they were just yellow here. So now they really do sparkle. So that was a super fun stitch as well. 'Tis the season to sparkle. This, I believe, is a Black Needle Society exclusive. I think you can go to their vault and get it. So if you're interested in that. All right, then I did this Jeanette Douglas Just Stitch. And there are two colorways. There's a grayscale and then a color one. And I did the grayscale because I was just feeling it. And so here is that. And again, just a cute, fun little stitch. I really loved it. And I might go back and do the color one because the color one is super fun as well. Oh, there we go. So I might go back and do the color one too, but it's really fun. All right, and then the last of my smalls that I got done was this Ameline sampler by October House Fiber Arts. I know the glare, you guys. There we go. Okay, and here it is. So this one and that Just Stitch one I just showed you are just on some white linen. I think probably a 32 count. It's not super little. The thread, I used the Call For threads on the Just Stitch, and then on this one I used Blue Navy by Threadworks, 2/2. And so you can see there's just a subtle bit of variegation in there. It turned out really cute. So that's the Ameline sampler. Okay, now you remember that I had 4 bags. I ended up only using 1 bag of all my smalls projects because I thought I would maybe do 1 bag and get sick of it 1 week or finish it 1 week and then use the other bag. I ended up just sticking with 1 bag because I really only had 2 weeks to work because then we went out of town, and I'll talk about that later. But I did everything, I did all of the projects in one bag except one. And I ended up not doing that one because the fabric that I had chosen didn't work for it. And so I'll find some different fabric and stick it in my smalls bag and have it ready to go for next time. And I have a plan for that I'm going to tell you about in my plans. So while I was doing those smalls, it was so fun to finish so many projects because that was what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10, I think, that I finished in about a 2-week time frame, which is awesome, right? But I started feeling bad that I was neglecting some of my bigger projects. And so I'm really glad that I took that time and did smalls because you kind of need almost a palette cleanser, a stitching cleanser, I guess, right? From big projects. And I had done big projects January and February, and I just needed a break. And that was the perfect thing to do, was to just stitch a bunch of smalls and have those really fast finishes that is just so satisfying. So, but about the first weekend, I'm like, oh, I want to work on some of my bigger projects. So what I ended up doing is I would grab 2 of my bigger projects and I put 1 length of thread in on each of them. So one of them that I did is this 1816 Veerland sampler. And this is from Sampler and Antique Needlework Quarterly, which you can find as a CD-ROM off of Amazon. I think it's like $40 or something. And there are a ton of amazing patterns. And so I have this one that I am working on. And I don't have a ton done, but I just started putting in a length of thread each day for about a week, week and a half. And I made some decent progress. So here's where I am. This is on 36 count tin roof by Weeks, and I am using 2 strands of just black anchor floss over 2 linen threads. I really love this. I am obsessed with the black on this Weeks. I just think it is gorgeous. And so, but this is huge. So this that I've got done is this little, little motif right here. It's not so little, you can see. It's really big, but look at these other motifs. They just grow and get bigger. And then look at these. So this is going to be a multi-year project. I mean, and it's so cool. I love this little swirly border, the alphabets. I just love how it's turning out. So this one I need to get some more, give some more love to. I really liked doing one strand a day on it. So typically how I work is I stitch in the evenings after dinner. We sit down and kind of decompress and watch TV. And so I would do a length on this, and then I would do a length on the next project that I'm going to show you, and then I would work on my small. And that was a really great rhythm. I really loved how that worked out. So I think I might continue that. We'll see. But let me show you this. So the next one I did a strand a day on is my Mary Good One from Hands Across the Sea. And I'm doing this one on a 46 count old sheep that is a Baiju Designs fabric with a Veriswa 103s. And I'm super excited to show you this one because guess what? It's done. I finished it. I'm so excited. So I would just do one strand, and then leading up to the days leading up to before we left on our trip, I was so close. And so the last couple of days I just worked and pressed really hard to get this done because I wanted to have it done because we were going to be gone in 10 days. We left like the 20th of March and we came home the 2nd of April. And so I wanted this to be done in the month of March, and I got it done. And it is beautiful. I mean, that pink house and those peacocks and those flowers and the flower pot and the verse and the border. And this is looking really washed out. It's a really lovely kind of light golden color fabric. It is beautiful. So there is my Mary Good One, all finished. Oh, so excited. I love her. All right. I also did some FFOs. Who even am I, right? I was super excited to do these. So these are some pieces that you have already seen. So the first one I did is this cute little bird that is, I think it's entitled Song of Spring by Kaniki Designs. I think it was in a Punch Needle and Primitive magazine. So it is on a 40 count Cyprus with a DMC conversion that is listed there. So I trimmed it out with this pink and white cording and then added this cute little bow. And I put it on this piece of wood, this plaque that I painted, this creamy white. And I think it's so cute. It turned out really cute. All right, and then my other FFO, I'm really excited for this one, you guys. Ready? This is my Beggar's Valentine by Threadwork's Primitive. I stitched this with pretty much almost the called for threads. They have a more red in for this pink, but since I knew I was doing it on this 40 count Beetroot by Fox and Rabbit, I decided to change it to that light pink. I trimmed it out with this itty bitty green rickrack. This board is from Hobby Lobby. It's like a chalkboard, but I loved the black. And then I knew that this was going to be too big, and so I was trying to figure out what to put in this empty space. And if you notice, there are locks hanging on that little Valentine tree, but there's no key. And I'm like, perfect, I'll put a tree on it. And so I did, and it's so cute. So it came with this little cord on it, the beads, but isn't that so cute? I love it so much. It turned out perfect. So 2 finishes. All right, leading up to our trip, I was sewing a lot, making a bunch of bags and things. So let me show you, well, let me show you this first. So I made a whole bunch of these little bags. This is out of a canvasy fabric. I did these really chunky white zippers, and here's the inside fabric. So I made a bunch of these. These are going to be a table gift for a retreat that I'm going to this weekend, actually. So I'm super happy about how those turned out. I also sewed a bunch of project bags. So here's my first one. Now I made this one a little bit smaller than I normally do, but I love these birds, and you can see there's this little yellow in it, and so the yellow zipper, and here is my little charm I put on it. I believe this one I got at Joann's, and the inside is just a fun black and white polka dot, and of course a handle, because I love my bags to have handles. It just makes it so easy to carry around. So I have that done. I also made this one, which is the Jetsons. I found this fabric at Joann's, and I love the Jetsons. Do any of you love the Jetsons? I just think it's just such a fun, quirky cartoon. All those Hanna-Barbera cartoons like Flintstones and the Jetsons and Yogi Bear, like that's my childhood. And so I saw this and loved it and had to make a bag out of it. And the inside fabric is just this fun kind of space print that's this light blue with navy. And my zipper pull, I adore. Look at that. It's like a little spaceship, kind of like theirs with that little rocket. Found this at Hobby Lobby. That was one of my clearance finds. So there's my Jetsons bag. All right, okay. I have some more bags, but I will show you later on because I have stuff in them. So then I also made this bag. This is I think a Ruby Star fabric. It's actually canvas. And I got this. Oh, and then there are the cute strawberries inside. And if you remember, I always make the bag and I make a little notions bag, little notions pouch. And then I usually make a little garbage can, so which I have for all of these. But this I also made this bag. And this is because this was going to be my trip bag. Do you remember we went to Florida back in March to see my girls and to take my mother and father-in-law and my sister-in-law to Walt Disney World to see the last little bit of their 50th celebration. It was extra special for my mother and father-in-law because they are celebrating their 50-year wedding anniversary this year, which is just so neat for them. And how long ago? Like 20, maybe almost 20 years ago, more like 17 years ago, we all went as a big extended family to California, to Disneyland, when they were celebrating their 50th anniversary. And so it was kind of a full circle moment for my mother and father-in-law to be able to have gone and celebrated the Disneyland 50 and then to celebrate the Walt Disney World 50th the same year as their 50th wedding anniversary. So that was really special that we got to do that with them. And we had a great time. It was really, really wonderful. It was so great to see the girls. The weather was beautiful because the weather here in Utah was awful. Snow, snow, snow. It was crazy. But anyways, so we had a great trip, but I knew that I wanted to take stitching again because when I wait in line, I like to stitch. If you remember back in February, I made this cute little bag and it worked well, but there were a few things that I wanted to improve upon. So this was the bag I made for my February trip. So I made this one for my March trip. So I made it just a little bit bigger and it can fit, oh, where is it? I don't know if I have it. It can fit as, oh, right here. It can fit a 6x6 Q-snap very easily. See, whoop, right in there. So it's perfect for taking around. I attached this loop, wrist loop with this little O-ring so that I can take it off if I want to use it for something else. And that worked really well. And so I would just walk around the park with this around, and it just zips up, and I would just hold it and swing it. And then when we stopped and we're in line somewhere, then I would open it and I would just pull my stitching out and stitch. And then when we were ready to go, then I would stick it back in. So a couple of improvements. Oh, I mentioned I already made it bigger. I also added this little clip, and I attached my scissors to it. And so again, I put an O-ring on it, and so I can take it off if I need to. And then I just threaded, I'll show you the project that I was using, but I was using this 103 of Veriswa, and it was a single color. And so I stuck it on there, and it works awesome. And my scissors are attached, so I could just pull them out. Because when I had this bag and I was working on something, I almost lost my scissors because I pulled them out and I left them, and somebody was like, oh, are these your scissors? Yes, they were mine, because I used them and forgot to put them back. So I didn't have that problem this time. I think one more improvement that I would make is if I make another set like this, then my little garbage can, I would put a little loop on and attach it somewhere as well, because I felt like I was always digging for this. And I put all of my orts in here. And so let me show you, like, I haven't cleaned this out. Look at all my orts. You can see, look at all the fun colors. I can't wait to show you what I stitched on while I was in Florida. So that is one improvement that I think I will try and make. I don't know if I will just try and attach it to this and see if I can make it work, or if I'll make a whole new set. I don't know, we'll see. But so it worked really, really well. So when we would go to the parks, I would have my project in here, and then I put my other projects in this big bag in Ziploc bags so that they were individual. And then when I was done with one, I would pull out another. And then I kept extra notions in here. I kept like my seam ripper and extra needles and my threads in here, and then extra ones in here in case something did happen and I lost them, which I didn't. So that was good. So now let me show you the projects that I worked on and finished in Florida. First pattern that I worked on was a gift from my dear friend Emily Call of Salt and Pepper Stitching. You guys, she is adorable and just the sweetest person. We had a stitch day before I left, and she's just a joy. She just is a very just wonderful person. Anyways, and she gifted me a couple of charts, and one of them was this spring that's just so cute. So I decided I want to stitch that. So I did. So I worked on it on the plane, and then I finished it the next day. So I did this with all of the called for threads on a 32 count ice fabric. And it turned out super cute. The colors are just really pretty. And all these little motifs are just so fun, those flowers. So there we go. That is my spring by my dear friend Emily of Salt and Pepper Stitching. The next one I decided to do was Pretty Little Paris by Satsuma Street. You might remember that I've done Italy and I have done London, and now I have done Paris because I finished it. You guys, this was so fun to stitch. These colors, the way Jody arranges everything and her use of color. Oh, I just love it. It just is so cute. So I finished that. And then I had time to start one more. I finished, this one took me just over a week to do. And this is the one I would take it to the parks, and then there were times that we went to the pool. We went there a couple of times, and so I sat by the pool. I don't swim. I don't know how to swim, you guys. This confession time. I don't swim. I don't love the water. I don't know how to swim. And so when we go to the pool, because 2 of my 3 kids are fish and love the water, which I'm so grateful for. And my husband enjoys swimming, so they go to the pool and swim, and I sit and stitch. And so that's what I did. The last project that I have is a little bit of haul. First, let me show you. I was able to get one of the red boxes from Nicola of Hands Across the Sea. For those of you who don't know, this was her birthday celebration box, and she made 600 of them. And so they are very exclusive, and I was so fortunate to get one. This was my Valentine's Day gift. And I'm not going to show you everything in here because Nicola did a full unboxing video, and so I'm going to refer you over to her to watch it. But this next project is from that box, and so this is an exclusive chart that is not going to be released, I'm afraid. But it is Aglaia. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. What is her last name? Sheena. Aglaia Sheena. Anyways, it's a Greek sampler, and look at that Greek alphabet. Ah, love it. And so I worked on this for a couple of days that we had left on our trip. And let me show you that. Here we go. So this is just on a white 46 count linen, and I am using a 103 of Versoix. And if you noticed, that is what this thread is that I had on my little spool. So I am using 222029. And that's what it looks like so far. It's just so pretty and delicate. And again, I love those Greek, the Greek alphabet. So, very cool. So this one, yeah. All right. I'm trying to think. Let me tell you a little bit about the trip because that's where we're at. We just had a wonderful time. The weather was so great. And it was our spring break, so my son didn't have school, so we went for 10 days. The weather was beautiful. It was also the time of the Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot, which is one of the parks in the Magic Kingdom. And so we got to see these beautiful topiaries. Let me put a couple of pictures here that they do of the different characters, different Disney characters. They also had a butterfly garden tent, and so you could go and there were butterflies flying all around. It was magical. Oh my goodness, just so incredible. And they had these little butterfly houses that had cocoons, and some of them were hatching, so we were able to watch some of these butterflies starting to emerge from these cocoons. It was incredible. It was so fun. They also have great food, and they have concerts, and just the atmosphere. It was so much fun. We've never been during the Flower and Garden Festival before, and I'm so glad we got to experience it. My oldest daughter, who has been doing her college program there since August, is coming home next week. And she'll be home for just a few days before she heads back to school in Hawaii to finish up her degree. And so it's been so fun to have her there and visit her and spend time with her. And I'm excited for her to go back and finish school so that she can go on to her bigger plans and dreams that she has. Her goal is to work at Epcot, be a vice president of Epcot. And so I'm going to cheer her on and support her the best that I can. And I'm just so proud of her and what she's been able to accomplish. So it was so fun to spend time with her. Then my other daughter, who is a freshman and only has one semester of college under her belt, is seriously considering staying because she loves it so much. And so we'll see how that turns out. I don't know. She is looking to continue her degree online, which is great. But we'll wait and see what she decides and support her along her journey. It was just wonderful to spend time with family and away from the pressures of work and life and, you know, school and all of those responsibilities. Let me tell you, you might have noticed I had a bunch of appointments leading up to before we left, and one of those was to get my braces off. I'm done. I'm so done. And it was so fun because I didn't tell anyone that I was going to get them off. So I went and got them off. And then we had a piano recital for my son that night. And, you know, we were focused on him and didn't worry about me or my teeth. And the next day I went to the dentist. And so I got them really clean and pretty. And then we, that evening, my husband was talking to me and he said, "Stop, look at me." And so I looked at him and I knew exactly what he was going to say. And he says, "Smile." And so I smiled and he was like, "You got him off. You didn't tell me." And he was kind of mad at me, but kind of not. He was just so excited. And so it was so fun to go to Florida and have my girls recognize, like my older daughter recognized right away. And my younger daughter, it took her a minute. But it was just so fun to show them that I'm no longer a teenager, right? Even though I haven't been a teenager for a very long time. But now I have braces. And it makes me so much happier to smile, because when you have braces, like smile, it's like your lip goes up and gets tucked under and it's just really awkward. And so it's so much easier to smile. And I'm so grateful for the time that I spent doing the braces and for the orthodontist, who's just wonderful. If you are in Utah and need an orthodontist, message me or ask in the comments and I'll share his information, because he's wonderful. I've taken all of my kids to him and I've gone to him, and he's just a really fantastic guy. And so I'm grateful for his expertise in getting my teeth straight. I did have braces when I was younger, when I was a teenager, up until, gosh, I think I started when I was 12 and then had them until I was, I think, a senior in high school. I got them off at the beginning of my senior year, I believe. And so I had to get them again. And it was my dentist that recommended it. And he told me that there is a high percentage of women whose teeth just shift so much as they get older. And so nearly 30 years, 30 years after I had them and got them off, I really needed them again. And so he recommended that I do that. It also didn't help that I had a permanent retainer on my bottom teeth, and that broke. And I had long since moved away from my old orthodontist. And so I went to the dentist and they just removed it, and I never did anything about it. And so part of that's on me, and I absolutely recognize that and own that. But yeah, but it's interesting how as women that can happen. And I don't know if it has to do with just our genetics or our hormones, or, you know, maybe just how much our body changes as we get older, or if it's bearing children. I don't know what it is, but I'm glad that I'm done. And I have permanent retainers in, and so I should be good for a long, long time. Hopefully another 30 years. Okay. So I had lots of appointments like that going on before we left. So it was a super busy time leading up to our trip. And then we were just able to relax and just have a wonderful time on our trip. And then we came back. So we came back and I was trying to decide what I wanted to do for April for my cross stitch plans, because I knew I was done with smalls. Like I felt fulfilled in my smalls. I'm like, okay, that was really good. I really loved the cleansing nature of it. And so I thought, well, how can I kind of incorporate that, but then work on all my big projects? Because you guys, I have a lot of big projects that I love, and I have so many more that I want to start. So I decided that I would break the month up into weeks. And so the first week of the month, I wanted to do a small, and then I wanted to do a piece of like a series. And so that's what I worked on this last week. And then this week is the second week of the month. I wanted to do a medium project and work on that for the whole week, and hopefully almost get that done, or really close to being done. I haven't had time for that because I have been busy trying to get ready for the retreat I'm going on this weekend, like I mentioned. But I think I'm going to pick up and work on my Aglaia, work on her a little bit more before I leave. I don't know if I'm going to take her with me to my retreat. It is down in St. George, which is in Utah. It's called the Southern Utah Stitchers Retreat. It's a brand new retreat. This is the first year, and I'm super excited to go. So let me, well, okay. And then I thought, so that was the second week as a medium one. And then my last 2 weeks, I thought I'll work 2 weeks on a big project. And so that'll kind of be my rotation. So let me show you what I worked on for, now I've got to find it. Pause a minute. Okay, I found my stuff. I buried it under all of my other projects. So it took me a minute to find it. Okay, so I decided to do my series, a piece of a series, and then a small. So I decided to do Fragments in Time 2018, and that is by Summerhouse Stitchworks. Here are all of the charts. Let me show you. So this one was celebrating sampler cartouches. So all of these, I just love all of these, which is why I decided to do it. Okay, so I started with this one because I did a middle start and just picked one. And so this was the one where it fell. And I am doing it by this. Now this is the chart, but this is a free chart you can get on her website. And this is, if you do them all together, then she will give you a border. And this is actually not printed out very well, but I have a digital copy. And so you can see that there's a border. There's this cute flower border on the bottom, and then this little chain border, and then a little flower. Yeah, flowers top and bottom, and then this chain border around. And I think the flowers are on this side too. It looks like it. Anyway, so I worked on that one and got that one finished. So here it is. And let me show you. Okay, here we go. So I am doing this on 32 count Wren by Picture This Plus. And I changed the colors because when I went and pulled the suggested colors, they were really prim, and I wanted it to be really bright. Like these are really bright, and the colors, the suggested colors, were not like this at all. So I just went and found some that matched the vibe that I wanted, and here we go. So I think most of them are Classic Colorworks, and I have 1 weeks in there. If you are interested in my conversion, let me know and I will give it to you. But there's my first one. So there are 8 charts to this. So I will for sure do another one next month. This one stitched up really, really fast. It took me a couple of nights is all. It didn't take me very long. And I really wanted to keep going on it, but I was like, let's do a small and a piece of a series. But I think for next month, if I continue this kind of plan, that I will, if I'm feeling it, then I'm going to do a second one. So it will be a series small, and a series small, so to speak, right? But anyways, there it is. All right, and then the small that I picked was this from Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, their winter issue from 2021, and it is a pattern by Twin Peak Primitives. This really cute winter scene. And so I finished that one. Now, this is on a 14 count Aida, and this is an old piece of Aida. It is so stiff. Like, look at this, you guys. It is like, can you hear that? Whoa. So, but it was what I had, and I was trying to use up my small pieces. So here we go. Now, you might notice that I did not put in the Merry Christmas that's in there because I started looking at this and I was like, I love kind of the snow globe feel of it. And I thought it really could go for winter if I don't do Merry Christmas. So I decided to just leave that out. And I put in all that snow. You guys, that was a lot of white. But it's okay because I kind of, a lot of times when I stitch, I like to break things up. So I would do a strand over here and then a strand of white, and then a strand here and a strand of white, and a strand here and a strand of white, and then like white, and then I would do white on the bottom in between. Now, I know I didn't have to do all of the white, that if I could have done just 3, but then it would have shrunk this, and I feel like it would have been a little short, stubby snow globe feel, and I really loved this shape. And so I kept it. So there it is. What is this one called? Joy and Peace. It's called Joy and Peace. And again, it's in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher, Winter 21 issue by Twin Peak Primitives. So that was another finish that I had, but I'm trying to go in chronological order because it's been so long. Let me show you another couple of whips. So this has become my Sunday morning stitch, just because it has, I don't know, you know, you just get into a routine. And this is Winter Comes by Heartstring Samplery. And I am doing, you might remember, I'm doing that upper black version. So this is on a 32 count black linen. Let me show you where I am at. Oh, I'm going to need to put something behind this. All right, let's see here. Does that help? Yep. All right, so I put it in a bigger Q-snap. This is an 11 by 17, so I made it. Because I wanted to start working on the sides, because again, there is lots of snow. You can see. And I didn't want to leave it all till the end. So my rotation for this has been, as far as colors, I do a roof strand, I do a house strand, I did the windows, and now I'm working on the door strand, and then white. And then I do part of a strand of deer, and then I do a white, and then I do a strand of the tree, and then a white. So you can see, so see this deer and the tree. So it is coming along really lovely. I love that little deer right there. Isn't he so cute? And the tree looks really funky right now, but it will get there. So this is all on done with the suggested threads. So Winter Comes. And does it bug me? I'm working on winter pieces in April. Well, when I worked on this one, it was still snowing in Utah in April. Like, we got a huge snowstorm that was 18 inches on like April 5th, you guys, last week. It was crazy. And now there is very little snow. I'm looking outside right now. Very little snow, and it's sunny and beautiful, and I think spring is finally here, which makes us all very happy. I don't mind the snow or the winter, because you just get to cuddle up and turn on the fireplace and have soup and hot chocolate and snuggle under blankets, and it's just so warm and cozy. But there is something to be said about having spring and the sunshine and the energy and the renewal, and the plants and everything blooming that comes this time of year. So I love each season individually for what it is. And while I didn't mind the snow, even when it snowed in April, I'm embracing the spring. All right, then my other whip, my last whip, is And Forest Grew. You might remember that I work on this about once a week or so. I work on this while I listen to a kind of a devotional called Inklings. For those of you who know, you know. So anyways, this helps me to focus, and this is what I do while I'm watching Inklings. And so let me show you my progress on that. Here we are. So I think the last time I showed you, I only had maybe this done. Anyways, I know for sure that since I've shown you, I got this tree done, this little bubble tree. Isn't it so cute? And this little mouse, and this willow tree, which I love. Oh my goodness, it's so fantastic. And all of these trees and these birds. And then I think I finished this one since you've seen it last, maybe that one. So that's quite a bit. And I realized when I was working on it, because I worked on it today a little bit before I started filming, that I am, oh, I can't really hold up both of them. You need like 4 hands, right? Okay, that you can see the willow tree and that tree. I am right here. And so that's super exciting to me. And I know I still have to do like these up here, but to know that I'm right on the cusp of this big tree where the verse goes is super exciting. This is being done on a 36 count Brenda's Brew with a mix of Anchor and DMC. This has a crazy floss list, you guys. I think there's someone else who is starting it, and I think they said that it's like 100 threads. I've probably shown you this before, but I'm trying to see if I can find it and show you. Oh yeah, look at this floss list. So it's DMC and has an Anchor conversion, and I'm using a combination. And that's a lot of threads. I have them on 4 floss rings. But I love how it's turning out. I just love these trees. I love how individual they each are. I mean, these striped diamond tree, and I love this little mama bird and her baby birds. Anyways, so I'm just so happy on the progress on this one. It's really wonderful. All right, let's show you my treasures that I've had. Not a ton. I showed you my letters from Europe, from Hands Across the Sea, and then I just have lots of fabrics. So you might remember that I signed up for Baiju Designs Fabric of the Month Club. You can sign up on Etsy. And so this month was a daffodil. It is a really pretty yellow. Really a pale yellow. It's beautiful. And remember that she also includes a free pattern, so flowers, and a free floss, which this floss could absolutely be used to stitch that. Anyways, so pretty. Oh, and I get a 40 count linen from her. So that is my Baiju Designs. I also get Fiberlicious. And this is a 28 count opalescent Lugana. And so this month was Plum Blossom. You can see, look at the sparkles. This one is beautiful. Such a pretty pale purple, perfect for spring. All right, then I have the Bestitch Me, and I get a 28 count Lugana, and I get 2 from her. I get a neutral and a colorway. And so the first one is Jellyfish Fields, which is this really fun blue-green. So I love that. Is the green showing up? Yeah, not too bad. So that's really pretty. And then the other one from her was called Ledger. This kind of reminds me of is Antique, I think, from Picture This Plus, but this has more modeling. Anyways, it's gorgeous. It's blue and tan. Very lovely. And again, a 28 count. And then my Fangirl Fibers. I am in her Disney Attractions Club. And so I have February and March to show you. And so the first one is a Tron Light Cycle, which is this super fun navy. Look at this. Oh, I love it. That's showing up really bright. It's actually kind of more gray than that. Yeah, anyways, it's not that distinctive difference. Anyways, this is really fun. And I get a needle minder with it. And so this little Mickey riding the light cycle, which is cute. We were able to go on that ride. I didn't go on it, actually. My father-in-law and my sister-in-law and my husband and my son. Did my daughter go on it? I don't remember. Anyways, so about half of us went on it. But we went on it in February. It's a brand new ride that just opened up at Magic Kingdom and Walt Disney World. So Tron, love that inspiration. And then this next one, this is the March one. This is based on the Live in Living with the Land attraction that is in the Land Pavilion at Epcot, which is an old person ride. It's a boat ride, but I love it. Anyways, and so there's this really pretty green with some of this modeling. Really pretty green. And this is my favorite needle minder ever that she's done. I love it so much. I think because Living with the Land is one of my favorite attractions, and that's why, but I love the shape. I love the flowers. I love the wording on it. It's just fantastic. So good. So love that. And then, because I didn't have enough already, because that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 Fabric of the Month clubs. I signed up for another one. Did I need to? No. Did I want to? Yes. And so I did. So I found this one. Somebody mentioned this Etsy store, which is the Crafty Grimalkin. Grimalkin, if you read on her website, means a female cat. It's kind of a funny name because you think Grimalkin, and when I first heard it, I was like, is that like a gremlin or gargoyle? Like, it's just such an odd word that you don't hear. So that's what it means. And she has an Etsy shop, but she also has a website. And if Etsy sellers or cross-stitch designers have both an Etsy and a website, I always go to the website because Etsy takes a big chunk of what they make. And I want all of my money to go straight to the designer or the seller because I want to support them, right? Not Etsy. I love Etsy and the platform that it has given for makers to share their goods. But if the makers have been able to elevate to a website, then that's where I want to support them. So anyway, she has lots of just cross-stitch supplies. She's a store, and so she has patterns and fibers, and she has fabrics, and she has an Atomic Ranch Fabric of the Month club. And so I debated back and forth, should I do it, should I not? And I finally decided to do it, and I'm so glad I did. So I am getting a 40 count linen, and this month for March was Vapors. Okay, first of all, look at her cute little tag. It's fantastic. And now look at this fabric. Now I have to admit that I was super nervous about Atomic Ranch fabrics because everywhere I've looked on, when I've seen pictures on websites, it's so modeled, like it's splotchy, dare I say. Now I know that pictures are very deceiving, and the pictures are never what they, very rarely are they what it looks like in person. But I saw someone show their fabric, their Atomic Ranch fabric on a Flosstube, and I was like, okay, let me try it, right? If I don't like it, then I can cancel. Well, I love this. And so this is Vapors, 40 count. And it is lovely. Now there is modeling, you can see, but it's not as pronounced as it looks on camera right now. It's actually a lot more subtle, a lot softer. And the color is just beautiful. It's like this blue toned gray. It's just lovely, lovely, lovely. And so I'm so happy that I jumped and did this. And I think she maybe has a few spots left. And so check in and see. All right. Okay. Plans. So as I said, I'm going to a cross stitch retreat this weekend. So I've been planning for that. So I have a few more bags that I made that I have projects. So I'll show you the bags, and then I will show you the projects inside that I'm going to take with me for new starts. Of course, new starts. I decided to take 3, and we'll see what I work on and what I do. I don't know. Okay, so first is this fun space fabric. I was like in a space mood. I went to Joann's and they had all this cute space fabric. So I got the Jetsons. I have one other one I'll show you, and then this one. So there's that. Let me show you the inside. It is this kind of galaxy, and it's it has metallic sparkles. Can you see? Yeah, you can kind of see them. And so it's just so cute. And then needle minder, you guys, again from Hobby Lobby. Little astronaut, is he not the cutest? Ah, I love it. Okay, in this bag, I am going to take, this one, guys. Spring at Hawk Run Hollow. Now, I love this chart. Like, I like all the Hawk Run Hollows, and I have a couple, but I love this one. Just all of the blocks are so fantastic on this one. And I don't know if it's just because it's spring right now and it's really speaking to me, or I don't know, but I am taking this one. And I am going to do it on a piece of 40 count mushroom linen. And so, which is a lot like the inspiration fabric. The inspiration fabric was Weeks straw, but I think it'll be really good. And then look at the color palette. I am doing DMCs, not the NPIs, but these colors, like, oh, look at those. I love those blues and that purple and this like corally color and the greens. These colors just scream spring, and I am ready for it. I'm ready. So excited to start on that one. So spring at Hawk Run Hollow. Okay, oh, let me show you this bag. This is what I am keeping my fragments in time in, but this is another one that I made. Again, I told you, I was just really into space. They had lots of ton of cute space fabric at Joann's. And the inside is this other galaxy fabric. And again, from Hobby Lobby. I just am so happy how these bags turned out. So that's where my fragments in time goes. Okay, then next one, Disney 100. Now that the 50th is over, it ended at Disney World. It ended March 31st. They launched into 100 years of Disney, and it is just celebrating the start of the Disney company and everything that they've been able to achieve. A huge part of that is movies. So I saw this at Joann's and loved it. So it has all of the movies like as postage stamps, and I am a sucker for anything postage stamp. I don't know what it is, but oh, I love it. And so it's just got all these fun Disney movies. I just put this cute, pretty little purple charm, just a little gem on it. And then the inside, I was able to find this silver metallic, just kind of navy diamond print. I just feel like complements it really well. So in here, the project that I am taking is on 40 count vellum by Picture This Plus. If I could only choose one fabric for the rest of my life, rest of my stitching life, it would be this 14 count vellum from Picture This Plus. I love it. It's a perfect neutral. It doesn't lean too yellow. It doesn't lean too gray. It is just the perfect creamy mottled color goodness that everything looks good on. Okay, what am I doing on this, you ask? I am going to do Hoity Toity by Long Dog Samplers. Now, I was really surprised because when I got this and then I ordered all of the threads for it, okay, this is a very fall looking palette. Like oranges and reds and the black. So imagine my surprise when I got the threads, and they are actually really bright and pretty. Look, that blue and these pinks and the greens. And so and they're all Gentle Arts, and this like orangey coral. Really, they're pretty similar in tone to my Hawk Run, Spring at Hawk Run. They're so pretty. So I'm so excited to start this one, because this one I wasn't going to start until like the fall, right? But I was like, oh, I'm just going to order the threads. But when I saw the thread palette, I'm like, oh, that is going with me, and hopefully it's a new start. So that is Hoity Toity by Long Dog. That is another new start. And then my last new start is in this last new bag that I made. I love this fabric. Inside, I paired it with this black and white stripe. I love the contrast. Oh, I just love it. And then the charm. Again, parents, Hobby Lobby, find this, like, oh, right there. It's like this little magazine. Oh, is it gonna focus? Come on. Anyways, kind of like a little magazine cover. So, all right, in here, oh, I got it bagged up. It's gonna be noisy for a second, you guys. Oh, I think I already told you about this one though. This is my Rose Quaker. Okay, that is a black and white copy. Did I print out a color copy? I guess, oh, here it is. Found it. Okay, so I took this one to Florida with me, but I ended up not starting it, which is fine because I started 3 other projects. Not a big deal, right? But I'm going to take this one with me because I really want to get it going on it. And it's just beautiful. This color palette is fantastic. And I am also doing it on vellum because I'm telling you, vellum is the perfect color. Just everything looks good on vellum. So anyways, so those are the 3 projects that I am taking down with me. The rest of my plans, once I get done, I'll come home, and I think I will probably just work on one of these. I don't know what my plans are afterwards. I'm just super excited to be getting away and going to a retreat. This is my 2nd retreat ever. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm going with my friend Emily Call of Salt and Pepper Stitching. We're doing a little road trip. It's going to be so fun, so fun. I'm so excited to get to hang out with her. And with other stitchers and just bask in the sisterhood of stitching that we all love and enjoy. So, all right. So, to close, in the comments, I would love to get a discussion going about Disney. Now, you guys know, if you watched my videos, that we are a big Disney family. We just love Disney. We love the movies. We love like Disney Channel, and especially the theme parks. So what I would love to hear from you is, if you like Disney. If you don't, then you can just say, you know what, I'm not a fan of Disney, and that's all the discussion we need to have. But if you do, let me know if you have been to any of the Disney theme parks, what your favorite attractions are. My favorite ones are, if I could only choose 3, I would pick Fantasmic and Guardians of the Galaxy, and hard choice, probably Spaceship Earth, I think, are my 3 that I would choose. So let me know your favorite Disney attractions. And I know a lot of people haven't been to the parks before. So also you can comment about your favorite Disney cartoon short. I just have such strong memories about watching Disney shorts from my childhood. There are just so many fun ones that I love. The trailer one, if you know the trailer one, Mickey's Trailer, I think is the title. I love that one. Pluto's Blue Note, if you have seen that one is cute little puppy dog Pluto does not have the best singing voice, and so there's a little short about that is just so sweet and adorable. Of course, Johnny Fedora and Alice Bluebonnet. Is just so sweet, such a sweet one. So like I said, I'll link that one below, and you can watch it if you haven't seen it, or if you have seen it and you want to relive some of those memories, then you can watch it again. But put your favorite Disney attraction, Disney park attraction, or your favorite Disney short below. Anyways, so I think that's all I have for you today. This is a long video, but it's been a long time, so I hope you enjoyed everything. To all of you, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for liking, for subscribing, for your love and support and your comments. It is just so fun to be a part of this cross-stitch community and just share the love of cross-stitch with you all. And I'm grateful for all of you who watch and who come back. And for those new viewers, I hope that you continue to come back. I hope that what I show you enjoy. Anyways, until next time, your mission, should you choose to accept it, stitch